Hi everyone, welcome back to Jill of All Trade and Master of None. Today I'm going to be doing pickled carrots. I bought a 20-pound bag. I'm going to peel my carrots. Most people don't peel them, but I like them peeled because they look very nice in the jar. I have my dill soaking in the sink, so there won't be any bugs on it. And I have my garlic, my fresh black Russian garlic. And I'm not going to peel the garlic till just before we start stuffing the jar. Using an ordinary potato peeler, carrot peeler, whatever you want to call it, but I'm actually peeling it. And after you peel it, cut the top and bottom off. Okay, I have my dill cleaned. I wanted to show you, this is the part you're going to use and put in the jar. You just cut off the ends. This is called the dill weed. This is the part you actually use for cooking. And show you a piece, you just break this part, break it off. Like that, and I'm going to take it, kind of rolled up. You don't want any hard pieces because this piece will not cook. It's gross and hard. This will not cook. It's hard. It's only good for your pickling. The dill weed on it looks like fine hair. I'm going to cut it up very fine. I don't know if you can see me cutting it up. And I'm going to freeze it in a bag, and when it's time that I need some dill, I'm going to have this dill already cut out and ready to go. Instead of buying it at the store, there's no use wasting it. And you don't use this part for pickling. This is the part you use. Oh, it smells awesome. It smells beautiful, actually. I love the smell of dill. I want you to see it and how fine I've chopped it. You want it chopped finer? Chop it finer. I kind of want to show you this part you do not use at all. Here's where the dill weed is. There's a little piece right here. Just pulls off very good. One thing I want to mention is I'm using wide mouth jars today. They're a lot easier to fill. But if you use the narrow ones, it's okay. I'll show you how to fill. But if you're washing your jars in a dishwasher, do not put chemicals in it, especially the drying one, because everything affects your canning, and you don't want that chemical in your canning. Okay, I've peeled my 20 pounds of carrots. Now I put them in just a lukewarm bath to wash to make sure they're clean. And if you're buying your carrots, if you don't have a garden, you're buying your carrots, buy the big ones. You're cutting them up anyways, and they're half the price. Okay, I'm going to show you how to cut the carrots. I peeled them already. I just take them like this, slice them. And I always use my ceramic knife because I don't like a rusty or a knife, a metal knife on my carrot to make it rusty. And I want you to see how thin I'm cutting them to put them in the jars. So if you can cut them all. This one's really wide, so I'm going to do it in different layers. But I want to cut it basically about this width. And if it breaks, it's not a big deal. You can still use it. Okay, I'm going to show you how to peel the garlic. It's fresh garlic. It's a little bit hard to get into. Cut it. And break it open with your hands. Let's just break open into these cloves. And then I'm going to show you how to peel one. You do this before you start stuffing your jars. I'm going to try and show you up close. There's a fine, fine skin on it. There we go. I'll show you one more time. Cut the bottom off. Just peel it back and take that skin off. Then before I put it in the jar, I actually cut it up because it spreads the flavor a little bit better when you cut it into pieces and put it in the jar. It goes in the bottom of the jars, and I'm using 1 quart sealers today because it'll fit the carrots better. And also, put your dill in the bottom. Put the garlic in the bottom. Like that. I'm using a wide mouth jar. I'm going to show you. Try and put the fat ends, the wide ends, to the bottom because you got more room in the bottom of the jar than the top of the jar. And any of the carrots that are too long, you're going to cut off. And you're going to pack them in pretty tight, but not so tight you can't get brined in, because then you don't have enough brine to seal your lids, and then your carrots are going to spoil. So any carrot that's too big, pull it back out, cut it off. You don't want no pressure on the lid because you'll pop your seals. And put a little bit more in. Show you how to do it. Put my knife down. I'm used to doing it, so I'm used to working with the knife in my hand, but you shouldn't be working with the knife in your hand. This one's too long, and pull it back up, cut some off. Your piece of carrot has some fresh carrots tonight for supper. Okay, there's one. See where I brought it up to the top? This one's a little bit long right there, so I'm gonna cut it off. Take it out. You do not want it past your first rung, see the rung? We put the brine into that one, and you put the lid on. It's a wide mouth. Okay, today I'm going to use the brine of 1 cup of pickled coarse salt to 3 cups of vinegar, white vinegar, to 9 cups of water. And I've got my lids in a warm bath waiting to go with my cool plate to work on, and also my plastic measuring cup so you can hang off the side of this, because you're going to leave your brine on while it's cooking. The brine's in there. I've tripled the recipe because it's made 14 jars of carrots. Okay, my brine's ready. I have everything ready to go. It's in a bowl, so I'm going to turn it down to a medium low, because you have to leave it on, because you have to have hot brine to the very last jar. I'm going to show you the first jar. I'm going to fill it up. I've got my plastic one that does not get hot. I'm going to show you, but you have to put the lids on right away, because the jar gets hot very, very fast. I'm going to show you now. There's where it is, the brine. Okay, I'm going to put my lid on quickly. And once you put your lids on, you soak in your warm bath, just set it aside, and don't move it for at least 2 days. And when you do move it, store it someplace. I'm going to show you one more time. Store it someplace very cool. Otherwise, your jars will boil and the lids will pop on you. And make sure you don't have any carrots up past that second rung. Okay? You know the routine. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like and share me. Okay, it ended up making 16 jars. That's what they look like. You're going to hear them popping when they start sealing, the little pop. My leftover brine I'm going to save in my vinegar container. And this is my great niece, Tori.